Good morning, Kim.
Good morning, Amanda.
How's it going today?
Pretty good so far.
Good.
How about you?
Pretty good.
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. That's what
Yeah. What are we talking about today?
a lot of us obviously feel.
Mhm.
So I actually thought that we should talk about how to make each other not feel so.
One of the ways you can make people feel better, not so meh, is complimenting them.
There's so many ways to do that, right? I
Mhm.
mean, obviously, if you're by each other,
Yeah.
you can share that as things happen, and somebody does something awesome,
Mhm.
you can compliment them.
Tell them. Yeah.
Um,
Yesterday, we were talking about having a positive mental attitude
mhm.
and compliments to each other, friends, coworkers, anybody you see, really.
Yep. Well, and it helps the people that you're complimenting, but let's face it, it also makes us feel good if we're giving compliments.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
Yeah. It makes me feel really
know.
good when I tell somebody that their earrings are nice or they look nice.
Pat your back.
Yep.
Pat your back. So that's why I wanted to share, and I'm not sharing this to like toot my own horn or anything, but this is a file that I keep and keep adding to that has different compliments or thank yous that I have received throughout my time here. It was actually one of my supervisors that was like, you need to keep a file of those. And I was like, oh, good idea. And I am so glad that she said that, because every once in a while, I really do love to pull this out or to reach in my drawer and to pull one out.
Mhm.
And I just want to read you a couple of things, because I think this is what my problem is when I say, I really ought to write a note to Amanda. I feel like I have to write a book
Mhm.
telling her every good thing about herself. And so then therefore it gets a little bit, it makes it more complicated, and maybe I put it off.
Mhm.
But these are just some examples of brief notes. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to present.
That's it.
Not so hard, but guess what? I kept that card because I'm like, yeah,
And
I
it probably
did,
put you
yeah.
in a really good mood.
absolutely.
Mhm.
This is one that the whole staff recently received from our board, that just says, thank you for all you do day in and day out to keep the wheels moving forward.
Easy, to the point.
Yep, and
It
it made
feels
us
good.
feel awesome.
Mhm.
This one is a little bit longer, but this is like the one, see, it's a little bit longer. But it really was this one point that actually made me feel the best. Thanks for sharing and growing your talents and skills at WEP. That was what we used to be known as before we were We Are Hope. And that's the point out of all those little words that really stuck out to me.
Mhm.
And another one I got,
I think I gave that one to you
You
along with the
did.
coworker for
Yeah.
Boss's Day.
and it just, thank you for all you do for us.
Easy peasy.
That's all I needed. That's
Mhm.
all I needed. And, but I also had this scrap piece of paper stuck in my box one day. Hang in there, kid. But I must have needed it that day.
Mhm.
But also it can be things like, I got a ribbon.
Ribbons are fun.
I'm the bestest. That's what it says. I don't, some coworker gave this to me, that was hanging up on my corkboard for a long time. Now it's in my thing. But it can also be other stuff like, so here's like a certificate made, in probably Publisher, just for my contributions to a job fair that we had.
Mhm.
Just recognizing the work that we kind of do every day.
Mhm.
But one of the other things that I have in my file is actually from a former colleague who resigned his position. And when he left, I got a copy of his paper from the boss because in there, he gave specific kudos to two of his coworkers, me being one of them. And it was the first time like it ever occurred to me, like, this was a place that you could pat somebody on the back, you know, so. And he just said, you know, for always keeping his head above water and going in the right direction. You know, so those things are important. This one though means a lot to me. And I can only show it real quick just in case some names pop up because we taught a 3-week class where people got certified for their efforts. And at the end, they created this little flyer and they all signed it and wrote little notes. And
This is so sweet.
you know, so I mean, I could go on and on, but I just wanted to share a few things. And none of these, the value in it was just the small kudos. And I
Mhm.
think that we underestimate what that can do for somebody,
Yeah, absolutely. I
So,
agree.
just
Yeah.
to let them know,
Mhm.
thanks. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for just being you,
Yeah.
you know? But to turn this to a little bit towards work related, as far as if you're searching for a job, there is also value. Everything is done electronically these days.
Mhm.
You apply for jobs. Sometimes you're even interviewing virtually. Don't underestimate the value of sending a handwritten thank you.
Mhm. It seems
So,
silly, but it's not, right?
no,
No.
no.
It feels really good and it'll definitely put you at the top of their mind.
And I have to be honest, I feel like more people, you know, we of course went super virtual, you know, fairly quickly after COVID hit, and we are remaining that way in a lot of ways.
Mhm.
And so don't underestimate the value of the written word, the literal written word.
Mhm.
And send a card or pop a quick note, or even if it is a text,
Mhm.
just let,
Quick email, a sticky note.
yep,
Yeah.
let
could be
people know
anything.
you care. We all need to know.
We definitely do.
So, keep everybody up to date on how much you care about them.
Yeah. And maybe comment below and let us know what do you do for your coworkers or your friends?
Yeah,
Or, you know, give us some ideas, share ideas.
yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
All right.
All right. Well, have a great Wednesday and we'll see you guys back next week.
Bye.
Bye.